Satchats isefo uwalakahla.
Football on 216 here at the A.W. Muller Stadium by the University of Johannesburg. We are here broadcasting live here at the IberCup Elite International Tournament. So we are bringing you a lot of exciting things, and we are passionate about football development in the country. And as we have heard that Kaizer Chiefs have been papating people here, so we are here to bring you all the things that you need to know about IberCup. We have the under-8s that are playing on my background. We have under-15s on the other side. We are here to bring you interviews with the CEO. So catch us live here on Football on 216, and do not go anywhere because we are here for football development. South Africa, now it's your time to shine. Welcome to Football on 216. We are here with the CEO of IberCup, and we are going to have a great discussion. CEO, I heard you pumping the boys up. I believe that you are supporting every team that's here because you're the CEO, yeah?
I have no choice but to support every team.
100%. CEO, man, I'd like to find out, how did this concept start? Why IberCup?
So it's a very interesting story. In 2018, I was privileged to take 186 South African boys to Portugal to play in IberCup. And when we arrived there, we didn't know what to expect. We arrived in Portugal, in Estoril, with this team, South African teams, and they started doing well. And we had coaches come to us going, what talent you've got, but they raw. There's no infrastructure, they need help. If we can get more of your players, we could do stuff with you. And that's where the seed was planted. I went to the owners of IberCup. I said, we'd like to partner with you and we want to bring you to South Africa. Felipe Rodriguez, who's our president, went, we've been dying to come to South Africa for years. We just haven't found the right time. So we signed an agreement. We did a partnership deal. We came back to South Africa. We went to the Gauteng provincial government and we said, we want you to partner with us. It took 3 years, COVID in between. There was just so much going on. The Gauteng provincial government, the MEC Choloni, stood up and said, I want to be part of IberCup. And that's when this happened. But it started in 2018 with our boys playing against the biggest teams in the world. And we said, we can't afford to take our boys over. It costs us 50,000 rand a child just to go over. Let's try bring the teams here. But more importantly, let's put a national tournament where teams come from every corner and come together for one day of festival football.
Sure, that is fascinating story to hear. But now, CEO, I heard you speaking about numbers. Can you just break it down to the viewer? How many people do we have here?
Wow, so we were blown away with what's been going on. So we have over 4,000 footballers here, starting at the age of 8 to 19. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing to know that kids are sharing social cohesion, meeting different people. We're saying we need to build a better South Africa. Let's start on the football field. We have 1,700 games being played. We have 64 referees. We will do 18,000 meals, which the kids get fed. We've done 60,000 bottles of water. It's been phenomenal, but here's the most exciting thing I can tell you. Now you must imagine, we have 196 teams here. We have registered for 2025 already, 1,235 clubs.
1,000.
It gives over 150,000 players. We can't wait. We're never going to be able to do 150,000 players, but we certainly believe it's time to start finding talent. If you think about the international teams in the 1H category, PSV Eindhoven, Esplanade de Barcelona Football Academy, Benfica, and then Paris Saint-Germain. Kaiser Chiefs have beaten 2 of those teams already, which proves everything. We have the talent. We need the platforms.
And this is a great platform for it. Now, speaking of those numbers, I'm just fascinated to understand as to the amount of games that are being played. How valuable are they to an 8-year-old?
So if you can see what's going on behind us, there are 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds on these fields who are smiling, who are crying. They are sharing passion of the sport. They are hugging each other. After a game, the kids shake each other's hands. You know, we have a very firm belief in IberCup. The leaders of this country are the leaders who are playing on these fields. The next generation of leaders will come out of the youth. We have to give them opportunities to start developing values. And the values that are taking place here for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old child is about respect, discipline, humility, teamwork, camaraderie. You know, I sit with the MEC of the Gauteng Sports, Arts and Culture, MEC Shalani, and he believes in this. He says education is the key to unlocking the future. But we have to do it aligned with soccer because, sorry, I just went American there quickly. I said soccer. Football. Because to be fair with you, the love of the game is stronger than anything else. A child wants to get on a field and play football. We have to give them more opportunity.
You've heard it here first, football on 216. But now in closing, CEO, remember now this international tournament started overseas. Now when comparing the overseas pedigree to the South African feel, how does it compare?
So I got to tell you something. IberCup started in 2010. I've been involved in IberCup for many, many years. We have a lot of learning still, and I talk about the IberCup South Africa organization. We have a lot of learnings because, again, the landscape is different here than anywhere else in the world. But let me tell you what's the most exciting thing here. It's been so proficient in terms of teams arriving on time, respecting the referees. It's a joke we always say. The only people that ever complain are the parents because they're all better coaches than anybody else. But it's a joke before parents shoot me. Our standard in terms of this tournament being run is equal to any IberCup tournament that has been run in its first year or second year in many countries. Remember, we're in Brazil, we're in Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, we're in Barcelona, we're in Andalusia, we're in Estoril, we're in Lisbon, we're in Australia. Our standards in terms of football, we need infrastructure. We need to give the teams in the townships opportunity to have structure. It's missing. You can see it when some of these teams come here. We're sponsoring 10 teams from the development communities. We're sponsoring 10 schools. We're sponsoring 20 female teams to be here because there's so much talent. The standards will get better the more we put on tournaments. IberCup are going to run 3 tournaments next year here. 2 smaller tournaments to help in the townships to get to the main tournament that comes here today. Lots of work to do, but South Africa's ready. We're ready. The world deserves to see our talent.
You've heard it. South Africa is ready. So stay tuned on the episode. Coming up next is our overview as to what's going to happen in our games. Here on the background, you can see the roar from the young kids. But thank you so much, CEO.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate your time.
Take care and enjoy the rest of the time.
We will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mom Nandum Nandi, it is football on 216, Benfica 2, Kaizer Chiefs 0. I've got a captain here of the Benfica team. Captain, how are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
You're good. Beautiful win, man. How did it feel to win in South Africa for the first time now?
It was a really good feeling. The tournament is incredible about the teams and all. And playing against the African team is the nice prize for all my team and for everyone. And it's fantastic. The teams here, especially the Africans, is nice to us. It's really intense and have good quality on his food and the team in general.
So did you have a game plan coming into this game? Because you don't know this team, they don't know you. But did you have maybe a game plan?
Our game plan is like playing our best and playing in Benfica, playing like Benfica.
Yeah. Okay.
We try our best, and wherever who we'll play against, we'll try our best.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was the captain for Benfica, Mamnandum Nandi, football on 216.
Football on 216, we're back again with the winning coach. Coach, congratulations on the win, my brother.
Thank you.
How was the game?
Very nice, very nice. We knew it's going to be a tough game. A very good team.
Yeah.
Different team. Very physical and also very skillful.
Yeah.
Very skillful. So we tried to prepare the boys, and they were on top of the game.
Yeah. I saw in the first half you guys were a bit shaky before you scored the first goal, and you wanted to play route one. But what was the thinking behind that?
We knew the game was going to be tough. We knew that we couldn't get enough space for them to play their kind of football, very fast. So we tried to first understand the way of them to play. So the first 5-10 minutes was to try to help our boys to understand what was the game plan of Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then with that sorted out, we tried to play our own, and the boys they made a very good game. Very good game.
And then lastly, coach, man, when you went out the tunnel, you said this is not our culture. These guys are singing.
Yeah.
What were you thinking then?
So nice.
Yeah.
That's why we love tournaments and international tournaments.
Yeah.
For the boys to understand what it means to play football in other countries.
Yeah.
We had different traditions, and it was so cool because we were running out of the tunnel, listening to dancing, to singing, and the boys were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And it was very nice.
That's good.
Very
That's
nice.
good.
For the boys, it's very important
Yeah.
to play different kinds of football. And for now we played against 2 African teams, and they played damn good football. We have too much to learn about.
Yeah. What's your name again, coach?
João.
Coach João on football on 216. We are here, international tournament, IBER Elite Cup. Stay tuned. What's up, coach?
Thank you.
Nice one. Yeah.
And welcome to Football on 216. Yes, it's the biggest international youth tournament. International tournament, we had to find some coaches that coach on the international front. Lawrence, how are you, man?
I'm fine, how are you, okay?
Good, thanks. Lawrence, so tell me, man, you say you're involved in coaching in the UAE.
That's correct. I'm involved in the coaching in the UAE. The aim over there is trying to improve the standards there. We've got quite a big pool of talent. It's a case of giving them the right coaching in order for them to develop, to move on with the UAE standards, which for 2038, they've got a few goals that they want to meet, and we're trying to be a part of that journey.
I always wonder, is there a development league in the UAE? Because what's the development structure there?
So there is a development league, there is YFL, and there's also DOFA. So those are
YFL stand for?
youth league, youth football league.
Yeah.
So with the youth football league, you've got quite a few decent teams in there. Teams that have been in there for many, many years, and sort of like they've established themselves as they're like leading academies. With that being said, you've got other teams that come in there to try and see if they can improve and battle against other clubs. But again, it's a case of us trying to get the right coaching and the right structure in those clubs in order for us to make those leagues a little bit more competitive.
What are you doing here at IBER?
So the whole point for me to come to IBER is to look at the structure here. We've got an idea. We've put together a product that allows players and clubs to improve the standards. So that being said, with my background and what I've done for the last 2 decades, working at Chelsea, working at Tottenham.
You've worked at Chelsea and Tottenham?
That is correct.
Wow, it's incredible. In the youth setup? Or?
In the youth setup, so I've worked with Mourinho, I've worked with a guy called Michael Bill. Michael Bill as well.
He's as tough as they say he is.
He's a no-nonsense guy, but again, it's a case of working with, like my mentor there was Michael Bill. He allowed me to develop, he allowed me to understand youth development, he also allowed me to understand individuals, which is quite good because you can't really basically use one structure for everyone. You've got to treat people there as individuals because people understand, people understand the game completely different.
Okay. Tell me then, what do coaching that side, what do you look for in a young player?
So what we look for is 1, tenacity, 2, attitude, and 3, determination. In terms of determination, sort of like their mental aspect to the games, because we're always going to fail. There's going to be stuff that we're not going to be good at, but how do we approach it? What is our mental focus? How do we now basically persevere and get through our challenges?
Lawrence, you mentioned something interesting. You don't mention any technical abilities in that thing.
Yes.
It's more mental.
Yes. The reason why I say that is because the technical stuff I can teach. I can teach, like, those who don't have the technical ability, I can teach that. It's a case of whether or not you're prepared to go through that process. So that's why I look at that side rather than the technical side. What's quite ironic is I'm more or less a technical specialist. Like, technique for me is my joy. When I see players with great technique, I get a great buzz and entertainment factor out of it. But I've tried to understand over the years, it's a case of that is short-lived if you don't have the mental capacity to do that over a long period of time.
Lawrence, thank you so much for the chat, man. All the best.
Mnandi Maiguwe football on 216. Mutweso IberCup. Kimorlente mfupene ka tlhamalalo. Ga re bi fela ka international standards. Le mo gae. Bate, ke tswele ka bona la ka for vol marasta. Volleys, ha o sa itse ora o duma Afrika Borwa. Ha o feta flag stop ke vol marasta. Ntwanaka, how's it? Tell me something, boy. I see you're the captain of the team. So how does it feel to be the captain at such a young age, boy?
It feels very good.
Feels very good, man. I can even see the smile. So tell me something, boy. I saw you there, man. Hey, bruh, Mnandi, man. So who taught you football?
My father.
Your father? Is he a football player also?
Yes.
Where is he playing now?
He doesn't have a team.
So how does it feel, me out here to be seen at such a high tournament? This IberCup, man, international. Your PSV are here, your PSGs are here. So many teams. How does it feel to play on the international level as young as you are?
It feels very good.
Man, which team do you want to play for when you grow up?
Real Barcelona.
Oh, Barca. Oh well, Lewile Mufukeng. Watch out in Tana Yam, Tosha Pisaka Benchim Fano. Kione football on 216, Mnando Mnandi, Lalela Magumnandi, Pinkinga, Mfetu Waitere Yanka on international levels. With me now, I've got the captain for the Espanyol Academy in Johannesburg. Ntwana, how's it? Good, man. How did you get to play for this big academy, bro?
So I first started at Old Ben's, and we were playing good.
Yeah.
But then it got too easy for me, so my dad.
Oh, it got too easy. What do you mean got too easy for you, Ndwana Yam?
Well, it was getting too easy, so my dad wanted us to have some competition so we could learn new things and not like. Yeah.
So how long have you been playing for Espanyol Academy in Ndwana Yam? 3 years.
Yes.
How old are you now?
10.
Oh, damn, the experience. So Ndwana, what are your aspirations, Ndwana? Where do you want to play in future?
In the future, I want to play for Barcelona.
For Barca, the second player now wishing to play for Barcelona. That was football on 216. Mom Nandu Nantangin Tonayam. Away. Nandi.
Back, guys, I'm with the kids that play at the Espanyol Academy in Johannesburg. Then Twana Ken.
Nandwana.
You say you can speak Zulu, you.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can answer. We can answer in English. How did you get to this academy?
I went to trials, and then the coach called me and called my dad, and then told me I must come and play.
Oh, Mnandi man.
I'm Nandi mo left foot.
Oh, lefty. Okay. And then where do you guys train?
Train 4 ways.
Train 4 ways, ne? Manje, have you ever gone to Spain?
But mina ngiyazi ukuthi ngizothatha IberCup manje ngiya Portugal.
Oh, you're Portugal manje, ne?
Yeah.
Okay, Ivana, guys, just look at the camera for me and say, Mnandi Mnandi. Mnandi Mnandi. Shopping Donna.
It is football on 216. Mom Nando Mnange, my Gue. Utinyege, Wakatele on IberCup on Ghana, UW Muller Stadium. The one at PSV eating, Ghana PSG eating. Name them. Peter Chiefs is here. We see a couple of Espanol academies also here. With me now, I'm sitting with the crowd. I want Abazali, Mama Bunjan. So, man, ever since you figured it out, you never really Mnandila.
It's been an incredible opportunity for Inganzi. All these amazing teams. We never thought that our kids would be able to play with international teams. So
So now tell me something. Do you have a child maybe playing Lala team?
My very own son.
Now, if you're watching the show, you know Randburg Association Football Club every Sunday. So, Mama, what are your aspirations as Umzali looking at a child at the bigger stage like this?
Look, it's been exciting. So we've been at Randburg for several years now, and to be able to see him grow and come to his own, and then also be at such an international stage is amazing. And
what is your son's name?
Avuka Mdlozini.
Avuka Mdlozini.
Dongalama Vos.
That was football on 216. Mom Nando Mnandi, my
Hello guys, and welcome back to Football on 216. We're still chatting to the Espanol team. I'm with Alejandro. Yeah, Alejandro, how has the experience been here in South Africa?
¿Cómo estás en la experiencia acá en Sudáfrica?
Muy buena, todo muy bonito. Una experiencia con el equipo muy chula y con muchas ganas de terminarla.
So since he arrived, he's having a lot of fun. The place, you know, it's really, really beautiful. He's been discovering Johannesburg, South Africa, so he's really happy. And of course, he doesn't want to end, you know, this trip.
It's hot here in South Africa. How is the heat been?
Hace calor, digamos, ¿cómo lo estás llevando?
Bueno, bien. A ver, los primeros partidos, los primeros días, un poco más tomado, pero ahora ya me acostumbramos.
Yes, it's really, you know, hot here. The first thing, it was a little tough to adapt to the climate and the weather, but now he feels more comfortable.
Yeah, and then you played now against Super Sport United, losing the game. How are you finding some of the South African teams to play against?
Bueno, que ahora juegan el último partido que lo perdieron con obviamente el equipo de Sudáfrica y cómo está viendo el nivel acá en Sudáfrica.
Bueno, muy bien, muy físico, la verdad.
Well, he's saying that, of course, that the teams are really, really good. They're really tough. They're really physical when they play, and that they have a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent.
Yeah. No, Alejandro, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Sharp. Guys, Mom Nando Mnandi.
Welcome back on Football on 216. I am with Gerard, but definitely not the PK. Coach, how has been your travel and how are things going?
Bueno, una experiencia muy bonita para nosotros estar aquí y evidentemente poder competir contra equipos de aquí, canteras profesionales que son buenos equipos, tienen buenos jugadores y al final nos enseñan y es una experiencia de aprendizaje para nosotros.
So yeah, the traveling has been really, really good. The experience so far has been amazing. I think that competing with South African youth academies is really good for us to compete with teams from all around the world, and especially from South Africa. The level is really, really good. It's really tough to win, and we have to adapt. But the experience so far has been amazing.
Fantastic. So, Coach, having played IBER a couple of times, how can you attribute to the fact that the international tournament is now here in South Africa? What's the level like?
Dice, bueno, que ahora IberCup está en Sudáfrica, obviamente que para eso es muy importante. ¿Cómo es el nivel?
Bueno, creo que es un nivel bastante interesante. A veces hablamos de que las experiencias, competir contra otros continentes, no sabes bien qué es hasta que compites contra ellos, y la verdad que aquí hay mucho fútbol, hay mucho nivel, hay mucho jugador que tiene un potencial ya no solo físico sino técnico muy bueno y que tiene la capacidad de enlazar las dos cosas, y hay mucho fútbol y sobre todo jugadores muy interesantes.
So yeah, of course, he's saying that the best way to experience the level of a place is you have to go there. So being here in South Africa, it's a pride for us to be here, and the level so far has been really tough. We can see that the youth academies are improving, and that teams usually here in the South African teams that we have played against, they have really physicality, they are really strong, they really know how to play, and for what we have seen, the talent is amazing. You have talent, a lot of talent, so yeah, we are really surprised.
Is the coach based here in Johannesburg? Is he based here in Johannesburg?
Dice si vos vivís en Johannesburgo.
No por ahora.
Not for the moment.
Oh, okay. But what's the plan going forward from now?
Pregunta cuál es el plan de ahora en más.
¿En qué sentido?
In what sense the plan?
The plan in terms of the competition. What are they looking forward to going forward?
Dice qué es lo que buscan en la competición.
Nosotros personalmente buscamos mantener la metodología de nuestra academia, que es la 21, transmitirlo aquí, que vean qué tipo de fútbol hacemos en Europa, sobre todo en el español, nuestro club, e intentar llevarlo aquí y competirlo contra equipos como los de aquí de Sudáfrica, que la verdad que lo podemos hacer y queremos mostrar esto.
So the couple of days that we have here till we go back to Barcelona, to our club Español, we have to showcase our talent from the 21. La 21, that is the name of our youth academy from Español, and we have our own methodology, we have our own way of doing things, we have our own way of training and of course competing. So we are here to showcase our talent and the way we work.
Fantastic. Lastly, Coach, I just want to thank you for coming through, and just a final word to a South African child that's looking forward to break through into the RCD Academy.
Muchas gracias por estar acá en Sudáfrica, y algún consejo para un jugador sudafricano que está en las academias para llegar a lo más lejos.
Mi consejo siempre es el mismo, que al final, si él se lo cree y tiene potencial, pues al final que lo luche. Al final yo creo que aquí tiene un talento individual talento individual muy bueno, y si se creen que tienen fútbol van a poder llegar lejos.
Yeah, so he's suggesting to all South African players that are playing in a youth academy, first of all, is to believe it, to believe in yourself, to fight for it. This is a competition that you have to do it game by game, step by step, and always being focused on the game. But there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of talent, and of course, to learn a lot about the coaches.
100%. This is Football on 216. Coach, can you say Maunandi Ipinkinga for me?
Maunandi
Ipinkinga. That's it. Football on 216. We bring it to Español. From Español to South Africa, the Ballon d'Or is definitely coming home.
And that's been the IberCup, one of the biggest international tournaments in the world. As a matter of fact, we've seen Español, we've seen Benfica, PSV Eindhoven, and we've chatted to the CEOs and the coaches. It's really been insightful, and we hope you've been able to enjoy some of the international feel of football. So that's been us from the Football on 216 team. Myself, Libza and Cosca have given you all the insight, and until 2025. Hello and welcome back to Football on 216, your ultimate guide to the youth development game. We're reaching our last episodes of the year, and this is our penultimate one, the second last episode. We hope you've enjoyed the footage from the IberCup, one of the biggest international tournaments youth-wise in the world. Myself and some of the guys were there catching up with PSV. We caught up with the team called Español and many, many more. So I hope you enjoyed that footage. We always like to keep it fresh here on Football on 216. But for this episode then, we're going to reflect on some of those moments that we had at IberCup over the past weekend. And we are going to build up to the next year by looking at some of the standout teams to look out for in 2025 and how we see them coming through. But you see, we're standing. It's a bit of a, I don't know what formation is this. There's two of us here, there's three there. Angazi kwenzakalani. Injani le formation? I keep on saying. Ipom squad nele. I was busy on the Ipom squad. Ingada. Okay, guys, quickly, Koska. We were at IBER over the weekend, man. That was amazing, guys. Let's quickly reflect on that.
Guys, I think I met one of the great guys in football whom I've worked with before back in 2012. Yeah, Martin is a good.
It's a
good
PSV.
guy. Yeah. And you know, Tando, during the week, man, I had a conversation with him over Twitter, and although he took time to, I was like, my man, why are you still in development structures? Because a lot of us here in South Africa want to see us breaking through into senior football. Yeah. And he's saying, for us here in Holland, man, we take development very seriously. And I'm comfortable where I am. That guy is paid well, man. I know. That guy is paid well.
I think i-development yaleya side yakhumbula I think sakhuluma nawe ongikhapha ukuthi abantu abaningi lana baqala ukubhadala kakhulu abantu mase kurele mfuke ngesengaka kanti ngale lama ama side intwana mayisasuka phansi lapho ebhadala khona kakhulu.
And it's really not about money for them. It's not about money because
it's more of a passion project.
It's more of a passion project, and they get to see their work firsthand.
Lebza and then I want to level akere to team tsa ko ntle coach re di bona fela a le go senior teams ne mara gore ba tle kwano ka development team jik se re bontsha gore re batla go bona gore re ko kaya rona as Mzansi ka standard of football in terms of development re mo kaya so ha batla ka kwano gona go bona gore a mera le kana of life re fana but up to so far coach ke bone ba rona ba bola so ke nagana ntle ke re somewhere mo na ra le kana le bona if are ba fete ka gonne se ke se boneng kwa ke re dipholo ke tsone di buang ngwana ntsala ke so re bone Chiefs e gapa re bone TS Galaxy e gapa so it shows gore ha re khakala thata re gaufi too much
bonisa khona lokho mina ngifuna ukuya kwenye element ingayi kule disc sharp IberCup iza eAfrica kokuqala in 14 years selokhu yaqala mina le element engifuna ukuya kuyo uzokhumbula football on 216 we've once called out ama municipalities and what ngifuna ukuya eGauteng department evouchile ukuthi izoyihosta for 3 years kuza kuyiyona basize kakhulu so sikushayela izandla futhi akumele sipleme kuphela sigxeke kuphela siphinde sishaye izandla ngibonile lapha nama kwi opening yakhona MEC West Sports Arts and Culture Matume Chilwan uvumile ukuthi for 3 years bazoyihosta la in South Africa.
Our South African teams don't take a laying down though. They play against these PSVs and they compete on a I think
mo 3 years ngetla re ka bona maybe re tlhagisa akere wa re tlo na 3 years this year ya streamiwa fela ka di cameras mara hopefully na go etlang ba compete at Tandom Jixi our development teams and then I think it is good for them for ba compete the international standard ba bona gore ba eme foka it doesn't help to play GDL week in week out you know the only tough opponent the Gauli Chiefs le STANDOUT that's the only tough encounter how you do make you can't measure yourself you only my only competition is STANDOUT my only competition is Chiefs but you go there we lo dala lebo PSV you know gore now I must learn I must make sure that the boys have fun I must also make sure gore those people they can see what do we have Mzansi as well. So it's a lot of learning opportunity.
Kaizer Chiefs beat PSG guys 1-0. Yeah, they beat PSV. They lost to Benfica unfortunately, but it's just that element that we speak about. But yes, it's amazing to see what exactly is happening with our development football. And we say it every week. It's an exciting time as a young player now to really get stuck in. I think that tournament starts under 11. So you saw the little kids also playing from the Espanyol Academy in Johannesburg. It's been good. So hope you enjoyed that footage. We're not going to go any further into it. There was even chatted with the CEO. So I think that's extensively covered. For now, we go to 2025. Who do we foresee performing well? You see Cosca standing like this, you know he means business.
Yeah, no, 100%. But guys, today we're going to put the spanner into the works. We've already discussed this off camera, but I want to hear from you guys as to what teams do you look out for in 2025. And remember, these are teams that would probably qualify or that are not qualified for top 8, but who can also upset the odds by even leapfrogging others and going top spot. So I don't know.
We can start here and then we'll go like that.
Then we'll go like that and then I'll finish up.
I think Kaizer Chiefs under 15s have performed well at IberCup. They're the ones that have beaten PSG and the like. At Kaizer Chiefs, there's a bit of a disconnect with 13s and 15s, right? So we saw the youngsters experience a big jump this year. I expect next year's team under 15 to really do well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them. And then as a surprise package, I'd go Randburg. Randburg were also at IBER. Randburg have a structure that's developing and growing. They competed in terms of the under-17 race. I think next year we could see Randburg spoil the party somewhere, somehow. Lebza.
Tsala ke na wa itse ke sale ke bua khale ka Sevens Academy ke tswa go ba trainelang teng ke bone di-facility tsa bone di dintle yang. So ha o ka lebella ngwa go fetile ne le Seluma 7 ne o lebelle ngwa go coach ke Sevens Academy go fetile le mebala e ba tshamekang ka yone ba na le di-kit sponsor ke nagana se teng. The brand of football e ba tshamekang Sevens Academy is different that ke gopola re ne re le go Boksburg ha ba ne ba ita School of Excellence 10-0 re itse Chiefs le ne korang go lutse go dinne ke magetse ke bona Sevens Academy ba bua ba lebzara sa ifuni Chiefs sa ifuni abo so it shows gore maka wana ntse like na go ya ka nna ke lebeletse Sevens Academy thata ka gone ke bone di change le mjix ke upula ha re ile kwa re botsa man ne ba sa re ne karabe tletse mar o gona go bona difference wa e bona o gona go bona le mo ba trainelang teng gona bona di coaches tsa bone ene bone ha ba batle go nna ha ba batle go teamele e nne go godimo e compete go bot ABC ba e batla fele le development fela ba re bona ba kampane ba ntsha di players so for me Sevens Academy le shebel
yeah mina team engibhekile but mawuthatha ukubheka bakhiphe iphathi enkulu yaleyo team bayi-remove yona yayi-remove ihambe ya somewhere bheka kakhulu TS Galaxy but with Matthew George so no ngoba ephumile
sengibe grand makangekho
angisho ngeke be sengi because besiya sonke siyayazi singenza input ya Matthew George kule team ye TS Galaxy so bengibheka yona this year but ngoba sephumile ngithe but awuthi ngiqhubeke nawo ngibheka because mawuchecka from under 15 to under 19 at TS Galaxy akukho lapho ukuthi bayaleka kakhulu but then bekukhona Matthew George kona wonke lawo ma team be oversee Matthew George behlale ebenchini from under 13 to under 19 yabo so manje ngoba engasekho angazi but hopefully bazoqhubeka nelokho ngephilosophy nestructure neethos
yeah no straight touchite Thando under 17 ya Randburg under 17 under 19 ya Randburg ke lebeletse le Resa under 17 I thought they will go all the way but ntho e leng gore e teng gape ya tshameka ke di nerves e kete go le go dimo kontse go setlhoeng o ba nervous you lapse concentration I think that's what happened ka Resa team to look out for ke batla bona School of Excellence e qualifier top 8 ka all the divisions
we in the divisions
ngiyazikhatha sinaso bafethu yazi khona into eshiwo ethos last time khona into eshiwo lokho company we Highlands Park uThierry Mulonzo the Highlands Park uthi i team edlalayo but I notice angazi why because sonke si notice Highlands Park but in Highlands Park
even in your league they right at the top
but angazi why ihlale si
why re kwalla kontle so
no iyakhohleka man
why liba and look at this
I'm a champion and for example besenza episode ye No Limit intwana ephume lapha na zize ziyobajaza abantu from overseas that's nokuzazi
good points Viso
so
let's go to the objective numbers sibone ukuthi yabona
ukuthi izophuma yini if ayibona na ama number ayike
akho dirisepile wena yeah numbers don't lie so
no let's look at the numbers guys but what I'll show you now is you'll see that the table that I have it has metrics that are speaking to goals against, win-loss ratio, the home and away wins, and then the win ratio. So the most important one is the win ratio. That's why it's at the very end of the graph. So look at TS Galaxy. Now,
can I ask you something, Coach? How did you select these teams? That's what I'm asking.
That's a good question, Thando. The reason for selecting these teams, I went through all divisions, and then I took all these matrices, and then I saw that per division, which team is dominating in all these matrices. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So all these 5 matrices. Okay. So the teams that are here are the teams that are underlooked or they are overlooked. But with these numbers, they stand a better chance if they had performed the same way they have performed this year or even better. You see, like for instance, TS Galaxy under 13s, and Matthew George has instilled a lot of discipline in terms of the tactical approach and also implementing the philosophy of the club, because I believe he refined or he fine-tuned the way they play. So the boys at the under 15s, they are goal against. So how do we measure the goal against? So basically what happens is we take the total goals conceded over all the games that they have played. So they have conceded less goals in terms of the 85 percentile. And why I'm saying that is because their 85 percentile is higher than any other team, because you have the goals that are conceded over 34 matches, Tando. They've conceded 29 goals, and then at an 85%, they are better than most teams. And then with their win-loss ratio, so their win-loss ratio is calculated in this sense to say that how many wins divided by the losses. So it's just under 60%. So it's over 50. If you are playing a league and you are over a 50 percentile or 60%, and you win it basically means that more than half of your matches you are winning. Then you stand a better chance of being in the top 8. Now their home wins are less than 50%, though that's a bit of a concern.
They didn't have a home for they didn't have a home for the half of the season.
Uncomfortable, and then their away wins are also problematic because 30%, just under 30%, it's very, very low. But the 59 percentile is much better. That's why they are the best. Well, Kaizer Chiefs are surpassing that because I didn't select them because their numbers are better than that, and that's why they won the league. Yeah.
Negri ke a botsa fela ka Chiefs gore le Coast man under 13 de bona kare ke bona ba thumileng go pele. Mana o fetsa tlholosa gore nya ba kheta ka gonne ke di team.
Yes. And then for under 15s, SuperSport United is under the radar, guys, because they are performing so well. Their goal against the game, they have conceded. Okay, this is now 17 wins for TS Galaxy. I just want to go back. 17 wins for TS Galaxy, and then the total losses is 10. So these are this is their win-loss ratio. Now, when it comes to SuperSport United, you'll see that their win-loss is 1.7, so which is over 100%, and they are winning more games than they lose. You get it? Like in 10 games that they play, in 100 games that they play, they win more than 70% of their games, and then their home wins are 50%. So basically, if they play 10, they win 5, and they lose or draw 5. Just under. And then their away wins are 45%. So it definitely tells you that they stand a better chance also. But now Sevens Academy also, their home matches, 7 out of 17, they're winning 10 of those at home, and then they only winning 6 of what they play away. So from 17 matches, Sevens Academy is winning 6 away and then winning 10 at home. So their home win percentage is just under 60%, which is promising. But again, away losses, they play a role in this one, Tando. They play a big role. And then ending up with Mamelodi Sundowns, they had good numbers.
Second place, they lost it right towards the end.
It was close. Yeah. It was. I think the weatherman.
Hey, the weatherman said the weatherman.
The weatherman. I think they stand the same fair. But guys, let's just watch TS Galaxy's defensive structure, man. I think the video is evidence to what has been implemented by Matthew George. If you take a look at the footage, they were playing against Resa here, and how they were defending throughout the season is definitely testament to what Matthew has instilled in these boys. And he was very, very close to them in such a way that they had first-hand experience with Matthew. And he's learning or his prowess in the game, it shows exactly how good they are defensively, right? Now, the win-loss ratio, you'll see that the 0.79 for Mamelodi Sundowns, that's 79 percentile. It means that 79% of their games they've won. 79% of the games they've won.
Imagine that, and you don't win a league. That's it's criminal.
It's really crushing. Right? It's really crushing. And watching the next clip when Orabeleng, you'll see that we have good moments when it comes to defensive shape, when it comes to box entries, when it comes to in terms of how they control the midfield.
This
is SuperSport individual brilliance. SuperSport United, you see that a lot of them he's going directly into goal because he's seeing
his celebration.
He's seeing an opportunity there. But in most cases, you'll find that players would pass on the side. If we can just look at that clip again and we can just rewind it back again, you'll see that immediately once they win possession, one player is shifting towards the right. Yes, one ball shift and open up space for him. But another player would definitely play the ball there. But he saw the opportunity to go
And he went in, yeah.
Yes, he saw the opportunity.
And then go le bota go fa le lebella di play.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Eden Hazard.
Exactly. So that's a very, very good moment, man. I think even the boy now is doing quite good, eh?
You know, guys who's playing for Super Sports under 15s now at IBER? Landon Samuels. He moved from Highlands. He's now at Super Sport. He's scoring there.
Check the next graphic, yeah. It's good, but that's why we have the GDL, right? Yeah. So the goal against average. So this is the GAA. So how we've measured, I'll just explain again as to how do we get the goal against average. So you'll see that the goal against basically the team that has conceded the goals. That's the average that we've calculated, right? How many goals per? So the goals conceded. Overall, over the total games that they've played. Yeah. So you'll see that 85% of the goals that are conceded, if it's less than 100%, then it's better. But you'll see that here their goal against average 1.41. It's quite high. Sevens Academy, they have more goal against average, and then it's followed by Banu Siwo.
But does it mean 1.41 goals
it's
a
over
game?
100%, yes.
Over 100%.
So
Over
basically,
100%,
it's the total number of goals conceded divided by the number of games they've played.
Average.
If it's over 100%, then it's concerning. It is concerning because if you are conceding more goals than than the games you play, then it's actually it's actually
Galaxy kusho ukuthi ivalile move yabona under 13.
And these are under 13s. This is my point, Tando, to say before we move on very further, let's watch the next clip. Now this is where I'm going to explain further as to why is it so important. Mamelodi Sundowns has broken a lot of teams, and yet they've conceded less. Right, but this is a turnover for Sevens. This is Sevens Academy. They were playing a very, very good team. Now this turnover, this clip, guys, is quite long, but they are turnovers. They had they had a good defensive structure, and you saw the transition. From defending to attacking. That diagonal ball. It actually shifted from defense to attack.
Elson. Remember the games, which I think you were calling the game with size 1.
So this moment, this game, it actually showed, and it had good moments.
I think it was 4-3 final score.
It had very, very good moments. You see that.
And again, Mokatisi Wheeler have to Hemela Kumara, what I tlhasela. Nabaya low block about it. That's what now 5 goals already. Nabasa was having the like.
Nkalang first touch. But Sevens is definitely proving something. They are definitely proving something. Let them cook. Let them cook. Yeah, guys. So I think we can move on to the next graphic and check exactly how our home and away.
I love the screen.
Check the home and away win percentiles. So these are percentages whereby we check that how many games is a team winning at home versus away. Right? You'll see that TS Galaxy under 13, their home wins 47%. It's more than what they win away. So they're relying on home matches. But they don't have home. Yes, they are under 50%. I understand. But imagine if they get
Imagine if they had. I wonder what happened to ETS. Remember they in the West Wabele?
Wa itse ke na le di-close sources
reliable ones.
TS Galaxy na ba tshwantse ba recruited the player from ETS. But then I think the quality couldn't allow they so I think that's what broke the ETS pelo ya gore no banna ra le ko ba you're not sticking to the agreement.
Or rappelling Romano.
I know. Remember when they drive? Sometimes we see them at Starrock Park training. They it's so weird by the whole ground dynamic.
So SuperSport United under 15s, you'll see that 50%. So all of these teams are winning more matches at home than away.
I Sundowns at Clephem get
It is good.
The the player, the coach, the aimer for a home win, and then away a draw is good enough for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, Ora, now let's twist it. Imagine you have a good home win percentage. You pair that up with away wins. What would that be? It would definitely take you top. Because
omunye umuntu onomqondo osesayidini akuseyimi uzothi because home nginabo ref bakhona.
You see?
But yakhumbula bayayichintsha that thing. I heard now that they're changing that thing.
Yeah, iGDL masizophela khani sebeshintsha no uref usozoza from kwisafa or something
kwakhe.
Yeah, but abantu abaningi athi behlala bekhala ngaleyo nto abanye izobeza ubuye resa ubuye Clepham yabona. So umuntu mhlawumbe angathi hayi no it's because home vele obvious kunabo ref bami.
Guys, I think officiating is a problem everywhere you go in football, in a football series. And what I'd like to say is that each and every team just take control of what you can. The refs you don't have control over. We witnessed that by the IberCup. Yeah, and time wasting. In the same instance, another card for time wasting gone. For real.
And then the win the referee of the tournament to go engine.
You can't control that.
They say
Guys, forget about the ref. Look at the next clip and tell me what you think. Just tell me what you think, because we're speaking of home and away now. And Mamelodi Sundowns here was playing Rosina Sidibani.
At Rosina. This was
at Rosina,
yes.
Yeah. At Rosina.
I think, Ora, you must have called one of these games. Looks familiar.
Yeah.
I want you to have a look at the moment here. Mamelodi Sundowns is creating, and look at the numbers. Look at the numbers that's a good goal. So
le run back, guys,
it was the final game.
Yes. So guys, remember, this is away to Mamelodi Sundowns, and they're playing away. They can create spaces even away. They can play with confidence even when they're playing away. Hence my point. I'm saying that pair up your home win percentiles.
Build up from the back.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now pair that up with your away wins. You get to the top. Hence they were at the summit.
But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a 5v4.
Aye, no sin.
It was a 5v4. Stress. Let's look at the win ratio, because guys, you only get to win trophies when you have a good win ratio. Again, Mamelodi Sundowns, 79%. That's their win ratio, and compared to the others, these guys are just under 60%, but they're shooting high up. Now what can stop them? What can stop them from winning the league in the under-19 division next year?
Highlands Park. Highlands Park.
Only if the weather forecast. Yeah, but guys, I believe the numbers today shows us that we are on the right track, and having you guys here definitely shows that you guys are experts, because I had given you guys the opportunity to say before we can look at the numbers. And now the numbers are complementing whatever you guys have said. Except that Kaizer Chiefs is not there because they are the winners. By the way.
I think the numbers have been beautiful today, like just visually appearing, the diagrams and everything.
Casted by Visionary Football Solutions. You need to visit our website, Visionary Football Solutions. Whatever that you need. Let him cook.
In the Christmas episode, you must tell us where this vision comes from. What is so happy, the vision? Okay, I think that's good. You happy?
I am 100% happy, guys. I will only be happy if the viewers at home pay too much attention on Visionary. Just visit the website. You'll see numbers there.
All around the world.
All around the world. From Rio de Janeiro straight to Rio de Janeiro.
No, all good, guys. I think that's the episode then done and dusted. Number 31 into the books. We hope you've enjoyed the footage from IberCup. That was very, very beautiful. I enjoyed just being there and experiencing that. And then the visionary solutions, wow, they were visually appearing today. And they sort of gave us an indication of who to look forward to next season. Next week, we come with the last episode of the year, the Christmas special. I'm hearing that it may be a 3-hour special. We'll have to see if the guy can speak for 3 hours. But until then, from here in studio, it's a Kating!
Satshatsi Sefo, wala kahla.